what's happening? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. And I think I'm wearing the same shirt yesterday. I think I am. I'm gonna go get some coffee. And yeah, baby, I'm gonna go painty. Mucho. Bueno. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing and stuff. I'm gonna get some coffee. What's up? What's happening, Preston? What's happening, my friend? My friend the Mundo. Preston Mundo. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, my friend the Mundos. Mucho bueno. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some coffee and gonna get started working on a Sunday. Working on a Sunday. Working on a Sunday. I gotta work on Sundays. The Lord is gonna be okay with me working on a Sunday. So, yeah, yesterday's video was pretty kick-ass. We did a Zoom, but this hombre didn't record the visuals. I just recorded the voice on the Zoom call. We had a whopping 4 people in there. Well, it was my fault because I announced it the day of, and the day it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be every first and third Thursday of every month. But I was like, oh, what the hell? We're just gonna do it today because I'm cool like that. And so not enough people showed up, but the people that did show up were very happy that I did it. So I am happy with that. I'm going to be uploading, hopefully, that Zoom in our monthly subscription so that you have access to it. Let's see. Rustin says, I feel like an old lady around you, man. I follow you like soap operas. I love that. Is it because of my sexy voice? Dude, I love that. We're meant to be online amigos and offline amigos. It's just the way it is. So I'm gonna be doing some videos today, but more importantly, I want to share to you guys that if you have like a question or you're like, you can always reach me here on Instagram. You can DM me and be like, hey dude, how do you do this? Hey dude, how do you do that? Don't think I'm going to arm hold you or Armstrong you. Is that what it's called? I don't know how do you say it. Into an hour of coaching. I won't, I promise. I'll stop myself from trying to sell you something if you reach out to me. What I want more than anything is for people to feel like you can contact me. Strong arm. Thank you. Jose, what's the time here? It's 11:35 a.m.s. We're in the a.m.s. Where are you at, Aries? What's your neck of the woods? Where you at? I'm gonna go get some coffee. I love the smiley faces, like the laughter faces. Those are my favorite. Because it usually means I said some weird shit. I love that. I can never really tell when I'm like serious or not. Yesterday, I really tried. I composed myself. I'm like, I'm gonna be serious for that call, but I couldn't. It's just not in me. I tried to. I did promise myself I wasn't going to. Canada, Denmark and Canada. Whoa! Stop it. It's Denmark and Canada. I love that. Very cool. Dinamarca. Let's say in Spanish and stuff. What was I? Dude, this dude. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. I'm gonna be doing some videos today, but again, guys, if you guys have any burning questions, any mucho caliente questions, you know, where you're like, dude, what the hell is this dude talking about? Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about most of the time, so that you kind of get a feel for me. I got 3 pillars that I talk about almost all the time, and it's just I talk about them in different ways and according to different experiences in my vida loca. Okay, but it's just 3 pillars. One of them is I talk about showing up and that kind of deal. Like I take artwork pretty much as a sport, you know. Finding a discipline to show up, finding a discipline to really mental and physical discipline to show up to the studio, right? Because a lot of times I'm like, my back hurts, I don't want to, or like, you know, stuff like that. So I talk about that, and then I talk about marketing and selling your artwork. I talk about that type of deal. And then I talk about the third thing that I talk about is how do you find the joy and peace in your paintings, in your artwork, when you're creating it, so that if you find that when you're doing it and you're showing it, other people also are able to smell that and taste that and be like, dude, I like what this cat's doing, you know. She's doing some awesome artwork and you can feel it, or he's doing some cool work, or they're doing some cool work. Hey, we don't gender here, okay? We're cool here. And so it doesn't matter, right? And so that's what I talk about. You in Greece. I love that. And Grecia. I love that, man. That's cool. I promised my wife I was going to take her to Mykonos one of these days. We're going to go to Mykonos, baby. But then Rona hit, and I was like, whoa, perfect excuse not to go to Mykonos. No, I'm joking, but I do wish I could go to Mykonos. In the Greek lands. But yeah, guys, that's what it's about. Okay, so you're Greek and you live in Denmark. Very cool. You say talk about, what do you mean? I mean all kinds of cool stuff. But yeah, that's Aries. Aries, you did read my article on selling artwork, huh? I think you did on the platforms. Yeah, I think I sent it to you. Yeah. I think we covered that. I was just remembering that I had to send you that. Very cool. You're Greek, but you're in Denmark. Gotcha. Molto buono. What else was I going to say? I was going to make something up, man, but I forgot. See, Aries, I was going to say something. I was going to make something. I was cooking something right now. And then, poof, disappeared. That's what happens when you get me thinking about Mykonos. One day, Mykonos, you and I are going to unite. Yeah, and again, guys, those of you who are not signed up to my, I love that you say griego, nice. I'm going to, those of you who are signed up to our monthly subscription, those artists that are like, dude, I want to learn what this cat's like teaching and stuff. The subscription is $20 a month for those of you who don't know. But those of you who are signed up, we're going to be throwing some really cool content in there before the month ends, because I'm cool like that. I owe you guys. And you guys my love. If you haven't seen the last video workshop on how to multiply yourself, you got to go check it out, man. Like those of you who, like, I put some content here. I think I ran a little ad here on Instagram too, and I ran a couple of ads just to be there, be like, hey, what's up, guys? What you guys doing and stuff. But it's the content is going to be around multiplying yourself. How do you multiply yourself as an artist? When most people think about multiplying themselves, they're like, well, yeah, I got to go do some prints. No. Most artists can't sell like nada, nada, nalgas. Most artists can sell any prints, because prints are not that easy to sell, as contrary belief. A lot of artists out there think that it's so easy to sell prints, but it's not that easy. Selling prints requires finesse, a touch of je ne sais quoi, and a huge ass audience. Selling prints is difficult, guys, because if people want your print, it's one or the other. It has to do with they can't afford your original, or Romani, it can't be the same every day. Come on, Romani, you know that. I can't be in front of the canvas every day, although I am. Nice to see you, Samaka _art. Yeah, it's one or the other if you're gonna sell prints. It's either you have. Oh, guys, check it out. Hold on. Okay. Give me a second. Sorry about that, my friends. I had to take a phone call from the lady. She's trying to get me some breakfast. She's like, man, what do you want to eat? I'm like, I want a waffle. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you want to sell prints, guys, it's either because people can't afford your originals, and you're like this brand artist, some sort of brand, right? Like people are like, oh my god. Like for example, if I couldn't afford, which I probably can't, right? Peter Max, I want a limited edition signed print at least, right? If you can't afford a Peter Max, you're gonna limited edition signed print. But you know who Peter Max is. That's the secret sauce. If Joe Blow, Joe Schmo, Jane, Dane, Joe and Dane. Why do we have to put Joe and Dane? How come it can't be like Jose and like, I don't know, Juan or something? Joe. Anyways, if your name is like, I don't know, whatever, Joe Ratatatata, and you're an artist and nobody really knows you, and you're like, I'm gonna sell some prints. Ain't nobody buying your prints. I'm just telling you that, okay? Just be honest with yourself. Now, you can sell a print here and there, and that's what keeps people like so happy. Like, oh, you don't understand, Jose, I do sell prints. It's like, yeah, you can sell a print once a week or once a month, and that's cool if you're cool with that. But that's not how you multiply yourself, because you're selling prints. The way you multiply yourself is you simply. This is an idea that I learned from Jose Miguel. I love that, Jose Miguel. Jose Miguel. The idea came from this marketer named Joe. Another Joe. Joe. What's his name, dude? I don't remember his name. He's got a company named Piranha Marketing. I used to follow this cat around. He's like one of those serious entrepreneurs, He's like big business and all that kind of stuff. And so that's where I learned it from him. The idea of cloning and canning yourself. He calls it, you have to clone and can yourself. And the way that he did it was that he would do it through phone. Meaning, he used to have a carpet business. This cat, right? This guy used to have a carpet cleaning business, and this was like maybe like 15 years ago when I first started hearing about this cat. And he said that instead of him trying to go and just pitch whatever he could do throughout the day, pitch the carpet cleaning service, going and knocking on people's doors and be like, hey, I clean carpets. He did have a sweet deal, though. I always say you have to have a sweet deal. If you don't have a sweet deal, like a super sweet deal, like it's even harder to get the pitch through. But what he would do is just go and knock on doors and be like, carpet cleaner, blah, 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 and then throw his sweet deal. His sweet deal was really sweet. It was like a free bedroom. He was going to do something for free, which I always tell people, you got to do something where people are like, oh my God, are we really doing this? I can't believe it. Oh, it's so awesome. Thank you so much. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to form the connection, baby. You want to connect with a customer. This is called intent marketing, by the way. When you do something for someone at no cost. No hoops they have to jump, nothing. It's just you're doing it to make the connection, baby. You got to make the connect. A lot of people out there are not making connections with their customers. You're not giving them anything. I'm always trying to give people like an article, a free video. I charge $300 an hour for coaching, and many times I'll just do a video here and I'll put the same information. Sometimes I get phone calls and they're like, man, you charge me $300 for that. And then I saw you put it on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, dude, but did it help you? Yeah. So why are you crying then? Don't worry about it, son. And because information is not really the thing, it's execution, right? The real thing is execution. How's it going, Vivek? The real thing is execution. And so if you don't execute on the information that I am sharing or someone else is sharing, it's like, it makes no sense. It's like, it's just me talking because I love talking. And so, Ari says, does the name play a role? I mean, how it sounds? Should we use an alias instead? No. I'm just joking about that. It doesn't matter. But no, I'm talking about name as in fame. Like if you're famous, you have a name for yourself, meaning you're famous. I don't know if that's what you meant about that. But getting back to this whole thing, this Joe Polish is the guy's name. You guys can go search him up. Just don't leave me for him. But his name is Joe Polish, and he had a company. I think he still has it. It's called Piranha Marketing, and that's where I learned this from him. Like I said, almost like 15 years ago. And he said, you have to learn how to clone and can yourself if you want to multiply yourself. Multiplying yourself is more than just putting a little postcard or a little business card in different places. That is part of it, but it's more than that. It's going through different mediums and different channels and putting this information, whatever you're doing. For example, what he did was he used to go and knock on people's doors, right? Apartments and houses and whatnot, and then pitch to them that he cleaned carpets. He had a carpet cleaning business. And he got to the point where he's like, man, I can only knock on so many doors. What I should do is run an ad, right? And also he got into ads. A lot of these people get into direct marketing, which has a lot to do with copywriting, right? And not copywriting as in a copyright, but as in writing sales copy. And so that I got into that because of those cats too. I started learning about that. And so anyways, he's like, I have to run some ads, dude, if I want this to work. I gotta run some ads, man. Because it was just him, right? It's just him knocking on doors. Just like you. It's just you putting your artwork on Facebook or Instagram. It's just one persona. Uno solo. And so you can do a lot if that's all you're doing. But then who's washing the carpets, right? Or in your case, who's painting the paintings if you are spending most of your time marketing your artwork and you're doing it physically, right? It's physical efforts. A lot of people are like, oh, it's so easy online, no one, it's effort. Somebody has to be there on the phone or on the computer, right? Somebody has to be there taking photos of the artwork, cropping and putting little titles on it and putting hashtags, and someone has to be doing that. And you need some real numbers for it. It can't be like 1 or 2. You need some real, some real volume in there if you want to be seen. Especially if you don't have an audience. If you don't have a big audience, you definitely need big numbers to try to get seen out there. And so, man, I'm sharing some cool stuff here for you guys. And so he's like, dude, I got to run some ads. And so he went and started running ads because it was just him, right? Knocking on doors. I repeat myself a lot. I love this. It's just to kind of like get it in there, get it in there. And so he's like, dude, I gotta run ads. And he's running ads, and the ads are not working as much as he wishes, right? Because no ads are really working as much as you wish. And so he's like, because most ads are transactional, meaning, come by, we have a sale, it's 30% off. They're transactional, they're not really marketing. And so the guy started hanging out with some really intelligent people that shared with him something that I'm going to share with you right now. Instead of just trying to make the ad transactional, he made it intent-based, meaning he was giving something rather than just trying to make a sale. And so what he did was call this number. The ad was to sell people to call that number, okay, to get information about how to take care of their carpet, how to take care of their home, how to make sure that there's no on and on and on and on and on. Like educate the people that own carpets. When do you have to change the carpets, and you think your carpet is clean, but it's really not clean because it just looks clean, but there's all kinds of, I don't know, mold and all kinds of stuff underneath of it. And so he talked about all of that. And just basically, it's intent-based marketing, which is education, right? Educative. Is that a word? Please call me out on that if that's a word. Educative. It sounds like it's a word. Where am I from? I'm from the wild. I'm from I love this. I'm from the world. No, I'm just joking, dude. I'm from Trujillo. I'm just joking, man. I'm from the U.S. Born in the U.S. No, I wasn't born in the U.S. I was born in Jalisco, man. I'm from Mexico. Mucho macho, cabrón. Mucho macho. But I live in the U.S. now. Patricia, how's it going? Hello, Patricia. Yeah, I was born in a pretty cool place in Mexico called Jalisco. So kinds of cowboys there, charros, riding horses, mucho macho there. And so that's why I got all kinds of macho hair. And what else? Yeah, I was talking about what was I talking about? Man, see what happened, Sujo? Man, I was in the middle of something. I'm not gonna hold you on to it. I'm not gonna hold you to it. It's my fault. What time is it here? It's noon. It's noonish. It's at 12 p.m. Where you at, Sujo? Since you just caught my inspiration now. Where you at right now? Where you from? Well, not where you from. Where you at? What part of the world? What was I saying? Oh yeah, and so this Joe Polish guy was like, his ads were about intent-based, right, marketing, which was about educating the customer. Indian, I love that. Nice. Intent-based marketing, which is educating the customer so that when the customer picks up the phone and calls that number, it's being educated. Or when the customer looks at it, this was before YouTube videos were big. Okay, of course there's YouTube videos now and whatnot, but this was way before that. And even today, where even YouTube videos are big, most people go and try to do that without necessarily an ad. What he did was create an ad and say, hey, you got carpet in your house? Call this number. I'm going to tell you the 7 things that are wrong with you, blah, 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 blah. How to make sure that your carpet is clean. How to make sure to know whether blah, 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 everything about carpet. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But everything about carpet and spotting mold and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, that was his business, right? It was a small carpet cleaning business. And I was looking at this guy and I was paying attention. And I was like, shit, man, how can I do this with art? So I started doing it with artwork, believe it or not. And I started locally, and I started running ads locally, and I started running yellow pages, yellow pages ads. And then my glossy magazine ads were different than everyone else's. My glossy magazine ads locally were not, because I used to do portrait painting. And then I would do pit portraits, and I would paint horses because there's a lot of cowboys here in Arizona. I'm a cowboy, baby, and so there's a lot of horses and stuff like that, and not a lot outside in ranches, kind of like Texas, I guess. And so my glossy magazines were about were not about discover how Jose Trujillo, master of light, can paint your portrait. I did that, by the way. Just like everyone else did. It doesn't work. It's mucho estúpido. It doesn't work, you know? And so everybody was doing that, and when I learned this, my very cool, what's up, art buh? My ads started turning into a whole different thing. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you right now. Guys, I gotta get some Starbucks. Look at this. Gotta get some Starbucks. Let me get some coffee. Okay, hang with me. You're gonna like this. Man, this is taking forever. I'm gonna say hello. Hello.
Hi, what are we getting for you?
Yeah, can I please have a venti pie place with steam half and half and classic?
What else today?
Venti Starbucks double shot on ice.
Okay.
A grande lemonade.
Anything else today?
And let me have... No, that would be all. Thank you. All right, guys. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. My ads turned from commission a portrait for master artist, award-winning master artist Jose Trujillo, the master of light. It turned from that into stuff like, and I run different ones, right? I run different ones just to split test them. Into 5 reasons why portraits, why a portrait painting is the perfect gift. Nothing to do with me, right? You know, 5 reasons, 5 top reasons or something. It's been a long time because I haven't done portraits in a long time, like that. Why portrait painting is the perfect gift, right? And then it turned into how things like how to make sure that you are framing your paintings correctly. It had nothing to do with me or selling portrait paintings, and so I would send them to contact me so that they can get a little newsletter or a little pamphlet or a phone call that would explain, well, you know, if you have a frameless painting, this is the way you want to frame it. If you have a painting that blah blah blah, if you have a stretched canvas that is wide on the edges, you can hang it on framed and on and on. And so I started doing content like that. And I'm not going to tell you, oh my God, my sales skyrocketed. No, they didn't. But I started getting sales, because before that I wasn't getting any sales. So, who wrote it? I wrote it. I was the one who would write all of that. It was all about creating content around that. Like, for example, I started writing content for interior designers, and my ads were geared towards interior designers. When I started targeting interior designers to buy my work, I didn't just do that, which, by the way, I did. I was like, here are these paintings. I'm a painter. If you want paintings, blah blah blah, come check it out. Come to my studio, or check out my website. I did do that. But what worked most and continues to work the most is, you're an interior designer, cool. Here's a video, or here's a pamphlet, right? This has been years, guys, since I started doing this. Here's a pamphlet, or here's information. Here's a phone line specifically for interior designers. And basically, it was pre-internet, not pre-internet. There was internet, but it was pre content creation online, where now people can go to your website and they can click. If you're an interior designer, click here. If you're, whatever. I don't know if you guys seen that in certain websites. But I started doing that before that, mimicking what Joe Polish was doing. And I started getting sales. Why? Because I was trying to help them. See, it's intent-based marketing. What I started doing was trying to help interior designers. How do you help an interior designers? Well, I started creating content around how to get more leads if you're an interior designer. Now, if I'm an artist saying, buy my paint, you're an interior designer? Yes, buy my paintings. They're going to be like, screw you, dude. I get about 1,000 artists asking me that every week, right? This is the reality. But if I'm an artist who's like, oh, don't worry about my paintings, dude. I don't care. I'm not even here to sell you. I know you're an interior designer. What I'm actually trying to do is I want to give you this article that says how to get leads using TikTok, or how to get leads using Instagram if you're an interior designer, or how to put together artwork collections for your clients, and how to hang them on the wall, how to put it together, whatever, right? How to find the perfect frames for artwork for the next art collection.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Good to see you.
This is 25. Did you want a drink carrier today?
Please.
Yeah, sure. Let me throw all this in there.
Thank you. I hope this is making sense, my friends, because I don't have specific examples for everybody, but I'm just trying to give some general idea.
Alrighty, and there you are.
Thank you so much.
Oh, have a great day.
You too. So some people are like, well, give me some ideas, man, give me some ideas and stuff. I'll give you some ideas, but notice how a lot of the stuff that I've been putting on YouTube is, those of you who have been following me on YouTube, is geared towards helping artists. Why? Because I started discovering that a lot of people that paint, okay, as a hobby, also buy artwork. And so as I started going in there, I started also discovering that a lot of people that paint professionally want to know more about marketing. And so since I started coaching, before I started coaching, it's something that was in my mind, was like, that's probably something I should do later on. Why don't I start planting the seeds if I want some shade 10 years from now? And so that's what I started doing. I started planting some seeds, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago. And so what I mean by planting seeds is I started writing articles to help artists. I started making videos. All my content was around how can I help artists. I had different content that I create, but a lot of my content was about how do I help artists reach their goals. Because a lot of the artists that I knew and that were contacting me, that were like, dude, I see you selling your artwork. How do you do it? A lot of the question was, can you help me? Is there a way that I can learn some of the stuff that you're doing? And so in my mind, about 3 years ago, I was like, dude, this is going to take some time. It'll probably take me about 10 years. It shouldn't, but it'll probably take me about, let's be realistic, it'll take me about 10 years before I actually get this thing really going. Why don't I start making some content right now? And so I'm barely 3 years in, and we put together this, did I say we? Because my wife and I, right? We put together this platform where we're teaching other artists, not just how to paint, but also the ropes of marketing and how to start selling artwork. Now, I'm not an artist who's like, oh my God, here I'm gonna be driving my Lambo and what. That's not my. I just make a living, guys. I'm I don't drive Lambos. I don't have big mansions. That's not my twist is not that. My twist is, hey, you like painting? Cool. You're trying to do that full time, or maybe part time. Maybe you're trying to get something going, and maybe you want to sell those paintings. Cool, I can help with that because I've sold a lot of artwork. I can help you with that. I know a thing or two about that, and so that's my angle. And so I knew it was going to take time. And so this is why I think it's so important for artists, whatever you're doing, make sure that it's to help the other person. I cannot stress this enough. Most of us are trying to sell our artwork to the people who are ready to buy. That's a very small number of people. It's 2%. Okay? It's 2% if your pitch is good. It's nothing if your pitch sucks. But it's 2% if your pitch is good. What do I mean by 2%? Because some people get their math wrong. They're like, I talked to 10 people and nobody bought anything. I was like, yeah, dude, no one's going to buy anything because that's 10. Like, if one person buys something, that's 10%. Come on, dude. Like, wake up, McFly. No, you need to talk to at least 100 people. Talk, right? And they have to be listening to at least 100 people before someone makes a decision. If you have a pitch worthy of taking. If the pitch is good, one person's ready. Usually one or two people are ready to make a decision if the pitch is good. If you get 100 people in a room and your pitch is kick-ass, you're probably going to sell to 2 people. Okay? But how many people do you have to talk to get 100 people in a room? See, that's what most people don't calculate that. And so this is why I tell people, hey, go help people, because you need to talk to a lot of people so that a good number of people may listen to you. If you want to sell one thing, you need at least 100 people listening to you. And if you have 100 people listening to you, you have to get probably 1,000, probably closer to 2,000-3,000 people. You have to be talking to those people so that you get 100 people to actually pay attention to what you're saying. And so most people sell like that. When they're selling their artwork, they're doing that. And so what I'm trying to share with artists is, that's fine, go that route, but you don't have to just take that route. Okay, here's the meat and potatoes of this video, I think. You don't have to go that route. You can take another route as well, which is just talk to people. You don't have to sell them anything. You don't have to tell them, go buy my artwork, I'm on Etsy. You don't have to say any of that. They're going to do it themselves. All you got to do is help them. Figure out how to help them. There's a lot of people that want to learn how to paint the way you're doing. There's a lot of people that want to hear about you. They want to hear about your day. Maybe they don't want to learn about painting. They want to hear about your day. They want to get into the mind of the artist. What kind of books does the artist read? What inspires the artist? People want to know about that. And so you're helping. Helping is not just like solving these problems. No, it's participating. Right? Participating. There's a lot of people that would love to buy your artwork, but they don't know shit about you. They don't know anything about you. And so the decision's not really made. They don't know whether they should buy from you or from me. They're thinking about it, right? But if I'm the one that they keep getting messages from, they keep getting reading articles, watching videos. Sometimes I'll talk about my spirituality. Sometimes I'll talk about things that bother me. Sometimes I'll talk about artwork, about philosophy. I'll even go and talk about civil rights. I'll talk about things that matter to me, right? Because I'm the artist. I'm not talking about things to make other people happy. I'm talking about me. It's a very egoic thing. But when I try to help others, right? If I'm doing like 3 tips to sell more art or blah blah blah, it's not about me. And so I constantly put stuff out there in order to be seen. I hope this is making sense so far. constantly putting stuff out there to get seen. And if you're an artist and you're not doing that, I assure you, that's the number one reason they're not buying from you. That's the number one reason people are not they're not pulling their wallets and opening their, and putting in the credit card in your website or whatever. That's the number one reason. Because it's not like people don't like to buy art. People love buying art. We love buying stuff. Everybody does. Like, I just went and bought coffee. I love buying stuff. Everybody does. But it's from whom am I buying it? Who is the person I'm giving my money to? That's always the question. And the person that you give your money to is the people that you trust. The people you trust is the people you give your money to. You don't give your money to people you don't trust. Whether you know it or not, it's only the people you trust. How do I know this? Well, very simple. Check it out. I don't go buy coffee from some random coffee place, right? I go and buy it from Starbucks. Do I know the owner? Hell no. Do I know the people? Probably not. Just, high and by, and some people I do, but it's not really that. I go to different Starbucks. Why? Because Starbucks is familiar to me, just like it's familiar to many, 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 many people. Starbucks is in every effing corner of this town and just about any other town. It's familiar, and that which is familiar, we tend to gravitate towards. That's why people marry people in their group, in their friend group, or in their whatever. People marry people that are close to them. People become friends with people in their clubs, in their church, people that are close to them. Why do we do that? Because of familiarity, right? It's familiar. It's trustworthy. It's right there. It's close vicinity. And so if you don't create close vicinity, familiarity with people, this is not just about friends that follow you on Instagram. This is not just about likes. There's a lot of people there that make wonderful artwork. They put something on Instagram and they get a lot of likes. They get a lot of follows. That does not mean that you're creating familiarity. It does not mean that. It means that they like something, but who knows when they're coming back, the same people, and like it again. Or who knows, or it's just singular. It's just one route, one way. A lot of artists make this mistake. I know, because I coach artists. I've coached artists with larger counts on their social media, with big audiences. I've coached artists with 200,000-300,000 followers on Instagram that can't sell shit, and people like their stuff. Everybody likes it, but they can't sell shit. And my conclusion that I came to why they can't sell shit is a couple of things, but the main one is because they're only talking to the same audience over and over. They're only talking to the same people, and they only have one message to share. Hey, look, here's my painting, buy it. It's not like they don't participate in the community. They don't participate. They don't do other stuff. They're not doing lives. They're not talking to people in different ways. They're not sending emails. They're not communicating in a dynamic way. Communication in a dynamic way is really, that's really what it is. That's the main thing. People, we buy things for many reasons, supposedly, but ultimately it's one reason. We're trying to solve a problem, but it's because the communication has been dynamic. The reason why I bought this car is because I was like, oh yeah, it'd be nice, but not this specific car. It's not like I was in my mind like I have to buy this car. No, I drive a Chevy, guys. It's not like I don't care what I drive. I give two shits what brand the car is. I don't care. But in my mind, I was like, oh, I need a car. Yeah, because the other car is getting older. And so my sister was like, oh, you should check out this dealership. And I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And then I saw a commercial about the dealership. And then someone else told me dude, have you gone to this dealership? This guy's really good, blah, 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 blah. And it was the same dealership. And then I went and I visited the dealership, and the guy treated me like family. And I was like, oh, this is so cool, dude. Yeah. But I didn't buy anything. I was like, yeah, I just came here to see you. I'll come back. And then I go back. And then I see more commercials. And then the guy sends me a text. Not to sell something to me. The guy was so good about selling. He sends a text to thank me for visiting in a real way. Not like thank you for visiting, blah, blah, come back. Not this robotic bullshit, but a real human touch. Hey, man, it was really great to see you. Thank you so much for visiting. If you need anything, let me know. And it was to offer value, by the way. He was inviting me to a cook-off, or not. It wasn't chili. It was it's kind of salad. It's like steak because we're in the Southwest here. It was like steak cookout, not cook-up, but cookout. And that was it. It wasn't pushy. It wasn't like that. It wasn't anything like that. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Come by. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't go to the cookout. Okay, but still, he notices that I didn't go to the cookout, and he sends me an email with a picture of how the cookout was, and it was fun, and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, he saved me a piece of pie and some steak if I wanted to come back and get it the next day. Look how these people think. The good ones, right? Look how they think. It's to me, it's like, whoa, dude. And it's not like I needed a piece of steak, or no. But the guy was genuinely being cool. He knows, and now we're friends. He's by the way, he's the C. I think he's the COO, not CEO. But he was the general manager there for a long time, and now we're friends. But that's how it was. It was this communication of just being a real person, and now I that we're friends. I talk to him and I'm like, dude, how did you really do it? Like, how do you do it? Because like he sells cars left and right? And I'm like, dude, how do you do it? He's like, dude, it's service. It's service. You just have to be human. You have to be real with people. It's service. You have to figure out how to service people and do it in a genuine way. And so that's just another little. Gotta put my mask on. That's just another way. That things are done. But I'm telling you, like, if you're an artist and you're putting your artwork out there and you're like, buy my art, you will sell it. I'm not saying you won't sell it, but you're only selling to the 2% that are ready to buy. And the 2% that are ready to buy is a very small number, my friends. It's a very, very small number. What I'm suggesting here is that you talk to the other, 80, 98%, okay, that are not ready to buy it, and become genuine with them, become friendly with them. Talk to all the other ones that are not ready to buy. Service them. Figure out how you can help them. Figure out how you can constantly communicate with them as a friend, not in sales pitches, but as a friend, not just transactional. And then sure, every now and then, let them know that you do sell stuff. Let them know that you're selling things. Because some of them will buy. But it's going to be more than 2% that will buy. Alright? I leave you guys with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. If you guys have any questions, if I can help you with anything, you can always DM me here. And I'll be more than happy. Alright? Peace out, my friends.